losers.
Who is your
We're
favorite
not very
B-side that you?
popular.
Who's your favorite B-side you found so far?
This season so far,
Yeah, this off season.
um, yeah, I've really gotten into DJ McCarty, Rangers pitching prospect. Um, I think, I mean, of course, no like slam dunk or anything like that, but just talking about pitchers that have a different look. I think he gets some wild movement on his pitches. There's some different stuff, and I think he has a chance. Command. With his kind of wicked movement can be tricky, but I think he does kind of command it fairly well. Uh, I'm not like a huge Jay McCarty scholar, but I did watch a handful of outings and I'm excited to see his season this year.
Yeah, we can pop some video on of him real quick. He's a
Yeah, that's.
let's see.
I've been trying to share some video. I've been trying to share some video of some guys on Twitter too to sort of supplement the show. Um,
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
shared some of him.
This is from Josh Norris. I did not see McCarty this year. I missed him every time they were around. My wife saw him. The dogs are going crazy. The garage is opening. But yeah, dude, there's some nasty stuff with McCarty for sure. He's got a
Yeah,
frame that you feel like could fill out a little bit.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we can all fill out a little bit, right, Chris?
It's true.
But yeah, yeah. Hey, he's not very old. What is, gosh, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think maybe he's like 20, 21, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's that slider's got good shape. He gets some nice run on the fastball. The changeup's got some nice fading action too. So yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
interested here.
watching him from behind too, like I mean, like right there where you had it paused,
Yeah,
or I don't know if it froze for a second. Isn't really the greatest angle, but he kind of reaches
I do want
like really
to
far back and
second.
does probably have like a longer arm action, but
Yeah,
that probably plays into some of the movement he gets. Can potentially give people give arms command problems, but I think he's all right.
yeah. He's interesting. He's rostered in like what 1 or 0% of Fantrax leagues.
Yeah, 0 when
Yeah,
I
there you
looked.
go. I should get him next year in Hickory. Hickory comes down this way a lot. He was only in down east, which I did not get to see this year. They are actually way away. They're moving close to my area. They're moving to Spartanburg, which is like 30 minutes from me. But they won't be there until 2025. They're getting a brand new stadium. And poor Kinston, North Carolina is losing down east. I know that's a big revenue. So as much as I want to celebrate like having a new team in town, like also kind of sucks because I know that a small town that relies on a minor league team will be losing it. So, any other guys that you've kind of honed in on that you really like?
I mean, there's been a lot of pretty interesting guys. I like uh there's a hitter I kind of mentioned a little bit in the Discord, but I kind of like the look of this Ben Ross. In the Twin, I think he was their fifth round pick
Mm-hmm.
out of small Notre Dame College in Ohio, 2022.
Yeah.
I think end of the season he got up to Double A. Um, Statistically, his line isn't gonna wow you, but I do think he has a swing that could lead to some more power production. Kind of a good athlete that I think could stick on the dirt. But he's kind of interesting to me as well. Haven't
Yeah.
heard a lot of folks talking about Ben Ross.
Yeah. I mean, he's a fifth rounder, 2022 draft. He said not Notre Dame University,
Yeah,
but uh, the Notre Dame of
Right.
Ohio.
Not.
Yeah, Mountain East
Yeah.
Conference.
So basically, yeah, basically one year he went from Division II to Double A, which
Yeah,
isn't too
that's pretty
shabby.
impressive. Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see what we can find on him. If I could spell twins right, that might help.
but kind of
There's
kind of
probably
kind of one kind of one of these guys, and I'm no swing expert by any means, but has some traits that I have looked for or have I think been directed to look for.
yeah. He looks like he's got a pretty athletic build, so not a good pitch to kind of, and not a great angle to look at the swing. Have you posted a video of him?
I think maybe I haven't. I put a video together of all of the B-sides that I selected this year, sort of officially, or am going to, and sent that out to people. But I don't think I chopped it up, or at least his little clip, and put it on Twitter yet. But
Nice.
maybe I should do that, huh?
I found some good clips of him on YouTube. We can pop those up. Let's see.
I have a really nice clip of him. A beautiful swing.
There's one where he got like a. It looks like he had got an ephus, like from like a. Let's see. This must be a pitch. That's phenomenal.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, go back. This is great, dude. Who is pitching?
Yeah, that's the position player pitching.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
who is this?
I think I saw that.
Bautista Jr. Cedar Rapids is winning this game by a lot, so he's like, "Hey, let me throw this ball 36 miles an hour and just let Ben Ross obliterate it to orbit." Apparently, another home run this game too. He's got some flow going. Looks like Joey Weimer.
Yeah, that's a
Was that guy still pitching again, or they just bat around? Like, was it 2 home runs in 1 inning?
yeah. I think it was. I think it
Wow,
was.
very nice.
Him, and then there's been. I've kind of formally a couple of pitchers that at the time, at least middle of September, had not been created in Fantrax yet.
Really? Who are those?
I think have well, like Jared Candy in the
Yeah,
Rockies system.
yeah. You mentioned him.
We
Like
talked about
during the
him.
season.
Yeah, I mean, it's Rockies, and we're talking fantasy and all that. So perhaps not too exciting, but I think he has a legit shot to start in the majors. And not created in Fantrax yet, which is kind of interesting.
Well, yeah,
That's how
considering
that's
Fantrax
how
has,
deep the Rockies.
yeah, Fantrax has like 18,000 players in the player pool, so that's deep cut stuff,
And
man.
then the couple. Yeah, and I've been last night we recorded last night. I'm still working on editing it and probably get that to you probably tomorrow. But
Sweet.
I've kind of gone a lot of very small uh, A-ball sample, just a couple of outings. But there's probably been a handful of those guys that I've watched and like legitimately was like, okay, I think I'd rather just take a shot on this guy than anyone else in the org that is owned at 0 to 2% or something like that.
Yeah.
Talked about who did I talk about last night that was like that? In the Royals system, there's a guy, Felix Arande, who had 2 starts, a young Cuban that they signed in 2021. He
Yeah.
wasn't created in Fantrax yet. I like the look of him. Young kid with the Angels, Hamilton Mendez, who went from the DSL to all the way up to high A at the end of the season. he's interesting. There was only a few innings, but just kind of big, athletic-bodied guy with arm action that I think throws decent velocity, and I think a change is like his big pitch. Um, he was one like that, and we've been talking about we've been talking about like 50, at least mentioning like 50 to 70 different guys of the show.
Yeah,
So
a lot of
and
names.
then getting into yeah, and then more getting into the ones that kind of doubt to us.
Yeah. Have you seen Manuel Reyes with the Royals, lefty?
I don't think so.
I saw him a couple
Doesn't
times in
ring a bell.
Columbia. I mean,
Who's he?
he's with the Royals. He's a smaller guy, but he throws like 91, but he's got like such good command. Pretty sure I've got some of him. I thought I did. Is it in manual? I swore I'd posted some video of him. I know I've got it somewhere. But he's an interesting arm. He throws so many strikes. He's got a decent little arsenal. So I'm a little bit interested in what Reyes can do. He was in single A this year, but yeah, he's worth taking a look at. Decent slider. He's like a deep cut B side.
Yeah.
Columbia was bad this year, man.
Right
The
on.
Royals single A was terrible until after the draft. I wonder if oh, here we go. Don.
Yeah, they're
Don's got a question for you. He said, "What's the best way to identify a B side if you wanted to mud? Just watch a bunch of games, box score hunt. How do you find these guys?"
I mean, I think it's a combination of all of it. I like to I mean for pitchers, I have a nifty little tool that my guy Justin made for me that just spits out all the lines on a daily basis of every pitcher that pitched more than like 2 innings. And so, just on a day-to-day basis, I look at that and we'll highlight some guy. New name comes up who had a nice line. Like, oh, put him on the list. I'll watch him. Now, the way that my life goes these days, I don't quite have as much time as I used to do that. I will. I like to just get on Fangraphs and run some like different filters, see what kind of names pop up, and almost just use that as maybe like a menu, if you will, of who I want to turn or at least try to find some archives on.
Yeah.
And then there's also just been just in the process of watching video and it's not the easiest to get around MyLB.tv, and sometimes you just land on a random spot in a game and somebody caught too. So there's definitely just some randomness to it.
Sure. I love Tanner Schobel, by the way. I pulled up Cedar Rapids, made me think of him. It's a sweet swing. A lot of power for that smaller frame. He was a fun one at Virginia Tech that I liked a lot. Last year, FYPD sleeper. Had a really good year, which the numbers weren't as good in Double A. Cedar Rapids is like a major pitcher's park. He hit like I think 14 of his 16 home runs there. And then Wichita went to Double A, which is more of a hitter's park. Yeah. He only hit 2 home runs, which was weird, but I like this swing.
Yeah, we were talking about we were talking a little bit about him last night.
So it'll be on the new release episode. Nice. Yeah, he's a
I think he's a fan sort of B-side bat given his roster percentage. But yet still, I mean, he was a second round pick. So
yeah.
Not like it's not like he's like a nothing prospect. He just has not gotten the love Dynasty players.
Yeah. I mean, he's smaller, but shoot, I mean, dude gets to some pull side power. He may have perfected that pull, but
I think the height, average height of hitters that Matt is selecting is probably about 5'3".
Did he select Caleb Durbin?
But Yeah, man. I heard you. I heard you and Cross and Welsh talking at the AFL.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Durbin.
I think Welsh dropped that, and I think you guys had mentioned Durbin or something. But yeah, Matt brought up Durbin in like our first episode before he even got like going. It was all about it, and I'm just like, man, I don't know about this, man. Like, yeah, he never stretches awesome, but
He's
I'm not
tiny.
sure if he's really got some juice. And then all of a sudden, he's just
Yeah,
off
I
that
don't. I don't
monster.
think he's going to be
But
a home run
fun,
guy, but he's small.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like I stood next to him. I he was shorter than me, but he's not 5'4". Welsh is convinced he's 5'4", but Welsh is also 6'4". So um, everybody is tiny to Welsh. I'm probably
Yeah,
an ant to Welsh.
he's
Um,
strong though. I mean,
yeah,
pound for pound, he is.
yeah, he's a fun one.
And
He's obviously got sneaky
I
speed
think
too. This is Trey Sweeney actually. It's a double play between
what
Durbin.
his like strikeout. I think his strikeout rate on the season was something like -4.
Yeah, it was sub. It was like below 10%. It was wild.
Dude, isn't I want to say it was like 3% or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Am I at this game? I need to go back and see if I'm back here. This is in Greenville. I saw Hudson Valley a couple times. So I definitely saw Durbin and probably had no clue who he was at the time. I'm trying to think of what vibes he gives off from like a hitter. Like he looks like somebody, but I just can't really pick out who he looks like. Of course, he's stealing on a pass
Like
ball.
his or
Yeah,
as a
it's like
baseball
stature.
player.
Like he just looks like somebody. I don't know who. Come on,
The actors
Marcelo.
from Willy Wonka or something.
Maybe that's him. Marcelo's got to make that play, man.
Yeah, maybe. Much smaller though, I think, Don. But yeah, maybe that sort of shape.
Howie Kendrick. Yeah, I can see that. Old Caleb Durbin. What a fun one. Welsh kept calling him Chad. It was great. And then he called him Chad during when he was interviewing Manzardo, and the AFL media director corrected him. It was really awkward. So that was fun. I love Welsh. Good dude. Here's
Yeah,
Durbin in the AFL. I have some
yeah.
videos
There
from
were
him.
some good interviews.
Yeah, Manzardo was awesome.
We were talking about last night. Matt and I were talking about the Carson Williams interview with Welsh a little bit.
Yep.
I found it really interesting when he stated that he's just like this is practice talking about the AFL, and then like the whole thing, the minor leagues, it's all practice for the bigs, and that is always a very interesting uh, concept and idea sort of at the forefront for me when I'm watching practice. Is this guy playing to development, or is he playing for like current production right now, or something like that? Especially with pitchers,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
always kind of a thing.
Right. And people I think people are too quick to judge players of who they are based on what they're doing. But we don't know what they're working on. Like Bubba Chandler, Chris Blessing was mentioning in the start, where he had to throw a changeup the second pitch of every at bat. So you don't know exactly what orgs are making players do and what they're making them work on. So from that standpoint, it's
Yeah,
okay, it is practice
yeah,
in a lot of ways. So Carson Williams, we don't know, he could have been working on specific stuff, and he's a fun player, and he was just a chill dude. I think he's going to be fine. He chases a lot of sliders. But when I saw him earlier in the year, when he was in Bowling Green, he was really, really strong. Just power, speed element. Great shortstop. Does so many things well. He seems to have his head on straight too. From the interview, it was okay, this guy's got it. And the same is true like with your White Sox boy, Colson Montgomery. I think Colson Montgomery just has a different mindset and mentality. It's just going to push him over the edge. Yes.
Yeah.
Carson Williams action.
And Chris, that's why I really like to binge watch pitchers and like just really get in to their progression and start to start. I feel like that's I don't know. I just feel like that's how you learn what how to differentiate. I think what is something that they're working on, if anything, uh, where were they at the beginning of the season, just as far as maybe even injury to the ability to use it. Where are they trying to go? And I also just think it's fun, and like watching Joey Estes in 2021, his whole season, just like binge watch that. It's you get a very in your face uh, illustration of what pitching progression can look like.
Yeah.
Development can look like.
And I think that's the important thing is not
It's
putting
fun.
too much stock in like one game performance. And I think people do that versus like you're saying, like watching like multiple starts. It certainly helps with that a ton. So that's watching game over game, like what's consistent.
And if you don't have the time to and if you don't have the time to be a crazy person and watch 20 starts in a row of a pitcher, you take one or two from the beginning, a couple from the middle, the last couple at the end of the year, and you can probably get a pretty good too.
Yeah, there you go. That's definitely good to see. At least you get a wide range of like what's changed throughout the year. So that's good, man. You got anything else?
If you don't care about the progression all that much, just watch the best start, and that'll give you a good idea where he's at too.
Yeah. That is very true. I think I'm about to hop off. It was fun. Thanks for hopping on and chatting a little bit. Thanks everybody that hung around the whole time. 2 hours. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you. And thanks Nate for chatting a little B-sides. I may cut this up, put some on YouTube. Why not? Have a good time with it. So yeah, well, we need to do just like a whole B-side video breakdown at some point.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man.
I want to figure out how to do something like this. This is kind of this is cool.
Yeah, okay. It's sweet. I can show you one day. It's good to do. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. It's still new for me and figuring it all out, but it's a cool little software that's got some good use to it. All right. Well, appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good Thursday night. We'll see you.